You haven't seen the Super Bowls yet then, right? So you haven't seen the Cowboys actually win a Super Bowl. You're 30?
I have not seen the Cowboys win. I'm 30 years old, born in 1990.
It's a long time. Been a long time. You're too young, 92 and 93 and 95 seasons, brothers. So,
wow. Yeah. Really cool, man. One of my buddies is going to be super jealous that I had you on the podcast today. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to hop on the Life Coach Zach podcast. This season, season 2 of the podcast, I'm interviewing athletes. And we're going to talk a lot about well-being and mental health and how you dealt with your career and after your career, and what were some of the biggest factors that helped you stay level-headed your entire career.
Yeah,
so
gotcha.
When it comes to mental health, tell me more about that.
Well, for me, as far as now or when I was playing?
Just when you were playing, I guess we can start with.
Yeah, so when we were playing, man, the thought process of the mental health side of it didn't really, back in the early 90s and all the way through most of my career, concussions weren't a thing. We didn't have those discussions because we didn't know. There wasn't a lot of information out there about concussions and, how you were feeling after a game. And I can tell you this, Zach, I can't remember how many times after a game I couldn't open my eyes. I get on a plane on an away game and my eyes are squinty, the lights were bothering me. But I didn't know the effects of a concussion or what those look like. And, I wasn't concussed during the game, played a full game and I'd never been diagnosed with a concussion. Like I've been loopy and, had trouble getting up and walked off to the sideline, came back the next play. That's just how we did things back then. And it took me a long time to really figure out what mental health actually meant, because I come from an era of, if you can't do it, you do it harder. It's always go, go, go. There's no meditation. There's no relaxing. There's no time by yourself, sitting in the dark room. None of that. It was just go. And that didn't really happen. The mental health side of it didn't really come into effect until I retired. And it was 2 years into being at ESPN as an analyst that I kind of sort of got involved in the mental health, because I started doing some yoga classes. And then that's when it clicked. That's when it clicked, because I wasn't around football players. I was around young women and men that took the time to meditate and absorb what was around you without all the, without the wheels turning and everything spinning around. So it wasn't until then that I finally started to tap into that mental health side of it. And I can tell you this, and that was in 2008, 2007, things have totally been different for me. Now I understand that I don't have to lift all the weights in the world. I don't have to sprint down the field to feel good. It starts here. Mentally, it starts here on how if I take care of my brain, take care of my heart, everything else will fall in place. So I'm that guy at 5:30 in the morning. I'm spending that hour and a half by myself. And there's times I'm in the gym by myself. And there's times I'm in that gym, instead of working out, I'm just relaxing or whatnot. And that's how I kind of get that absorption of, pouring into myself. And then I can pour into and serve others as well.
Yeah. So what has your experience been like with meditation? How has it impacted your life? And what type of meditation do you do?
No, listen, I'm the worst. Trust me. Look, this has been the meditation that I've gone through. This has only been a window of about 6 months, 6 weeks. It's like true trying to meditate. Like in the past, I've tried and I'm like, hey, look, this doesn't work. This is BS. Kiss my ass. This does not work. My mind is spinning on everything else. And it's my daughter, who's 20 years old or 22 years old, is the one who came to me and said, look, Dad, let me show you how to do this. And this has been like 6 weeks ago that I really started to get into spending that time and not having the wheels spinning while I was meditating. And the meditation for me started off short, 1 minute increments. I had to go through because I couldn't. 3 minutes, I'm done. I'm already working. I'm working my mind. My mind is taking me to a workplace or whatnot. So I started to do it like in 1 minute and in 2 minutes. Now I'm about that 7 minute time span where I can sit there. But I'm telling you, man, for me, it's probably been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And that's sitting there and spending time by myself.
And I love how you said that, because meditation, it's not supposed to be easy. right? It's not supposed to be easy. And it's a practice. You cannot succeed. You cannot fail. As long as you're meditating, you're meditating. And I tell everyone that. I've been meditating daily for the last 4 years. I've done mindfulness meditation, open monitoring meditation. Now I do a lot of transcendental meditation, which I'm sure you've heard of. And I tell everyone, look, people ask me, give me some advice for meditation. I say, look, just do it. Don't think too much. Don't worry about your posture. Don't worry about what chair you're in. Don't worry about noises around. Sit there, acknowledge your thoughts.
Yeah.
Try to maybe process them for a second and then go right back to your breath, right?
Right.
The goal of meditation.
That's the key. That's the key. Yeah. The breathing takes me away from the mental stimulant because my mind will take me to work. It's taking me to
Darren, you got to do this. Darren, you got to do this. What's on my calendar today? Oh, I got to get back to this person. I got a big meeting later today, right? And look, all that stuff will happen when it happens. But right now, we're meditating, right? So it's the relationship that you're cultivating with your mind, that inner voice in your head, because your thoughts are your thoughts. You are you. You are not your thoughts. You're the awareness of your thoughts, right? So when it says, Darren, you're anxious about this. You got to get to this email. You say, look, you're not Darren. I'm Darren, and I'm meditating.
You're preaching over here, preacher.
Dude, you know why? I'm so happy that you started off because, I asked you a very general question, like, tell me about mental health, and you went right to the meditation. And I know you've only been doing it for 6 weeks, but have you been seeing results?
Absolutely. I mean, instantaneous results. And again, there was some frustration because I tried meditating over the years, but it was always frustration because it was, man, this is too hard. I can't focus. But once I started to, know that I'm not going to be perfect in this. This is not going to be like, hey, one of those moments where I'm just off in 5,000 miles high and I'm floating over. That's what I was expecting. That's exactly what I was expecting. But once I've sat back and started to really just relax and start putting, thoughts coming across my mind through meditation of, like, you got to do this and you got to do that, but I just don't spend time with it. I'm not bringing it into the store. It's like, okay, that's a possibility. I might have to do that, but I've done a really good job of deflecting those things. But I can tell you here, these are the results. My ability to focus throughout the day has changed. It's almost a training to the brain to understand how to be hyper-focused in what I really want to do. Because I'm deflecting when I'm meditating, and now I'm at work or I'm somewhere else, and if I need to focus in on something, I've gotten really good at deflecting and pushing things off to the side and being in a safe place. Like I've always say, hey, there's this place that I go to when I meditate. It's my safe place. That safe place has gone from being in my gym in the morning to outside during the day in the office. I'm still in that safe place because I know how to get there.
Exactly. And the focus, the results that you've been seeing through the focus allow you to be more conscious of the high value tasks that you need to put your psychic energy and your attention on, right? Because our mind is always like, oh, you need to drink more water. Oh, you got to get back to this text. Oh, go do this, right? And when you meditate, you can process your thoughts. Time slows down almost. Time slows down and you say, okay, my mind is saying I got to do this. Like for me, I'm ADHD. We all got some ADHD, right?
Really?
But like for me, it's like I got so many errands I got to run. I got to drop off packages. I got to go to the bank. I got to go hit the gym. Like got so many things I got to do, right? And after I started meditating, it was like, all right, how can I accomplish all these errands or tasks, whatever you want to call it, as efficiently as possible? Instead, I'd be like, oh, I got to run to the post office. And I go run to the post office. I come back and be like, shit, I had to go return something to the food store, right? So the focus is great. And one thing that has helped me so much is my relationships with my family and my friends, because I'm more present with them. And I'm sure you've seen that too with your family, right?
Absolutely. I got this rule now that, and it's through the meditation, I've been able to during my meditations, like my core values, like resetting, hitting a reset button and understanding what my core values are. So it's working out in the morning, and then it's go to my son. I started all over again. I got a 5-year-old son. It's understanding what's important in my life, because again, you get so busy on the day-to-days of work, going to the store, going to pick up things or whatnot, doing favors or running errands or whatnot, that you forget, like, the most important thing is right in front of you. And for me, that's my relationship with God. That's number one. But then it's my wife and my kids. It's my family. So 7 o'clock, it's 6:30. I'm coming back in the house. 7 o'clock. I'm doing breakfast with him before school. I'm, getting him dressed. I'm taking him to school, and it's just that hour and a half of just he and I. That's the reset. Like it just gives me that understanding of through that meditation. Just like the first 2-3 hours of the day, that's me, bro. That's on me. That's the selfish side that I'm gonna have, and I think that's what's allowed me to serve others better. Now I'm not upset later on during the day and someone's trying to steal my time. No, I got my time in the morning, and don't call me at 5:30 between 5:30 and 8:30. Do not call me. That's my time.
Yep. And it's funny because it's ironic that, you're going to take your kid to school regardless. You're going to cook him breakfast regardless, but now you're actually present. Like you're there, right? Present. And like, you can really appreciate what's going on right here in front of you. So that's incredible. Yeah. So besides meditation, what are some more like your favorite self-care tactics and stuff that really is important to you that is non-negotiable for Darren Woodson?
Well, I would say my time, and it's something that's been a work in progress. I've been a workaholic, and it stems from my mother. My mom worked 2 jobs growing up. I'm the youngest of 4. We all were working at 12 to 13 years old. We've always worked. And I'm one of those kids I came from the inner city, and there was no handouts. And my mom instilled that into us early. Like, you work, you go get it. You want it, you go get it. So for me, it's always been, go, 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 help, serve, whether it's serving the community, serving my foundation C5 or the church or whatever it is. I really have just not had enough time for self. I go back to that. I never had enough time for self, but I've just been so busy doing all these things that I never really thought about, like, people are stealing your time. Like, there are people that are actual thieves out there that will steal your time if you don't put parameters around it. If you don't put the parameters around it, they're going to steal your time. And I'm no different. Like, I'm the same dude. I will steal your time, Zach, if you allow me to, because I'm all about me. It's a selfish side.
Speaking of time, man, I got a 4:30. It's been good. I'll talk to you soon. You're absolutely right, man. Yes. Creating those parameters, like you said, and staying loyal and committing to those parameters. Because sometimes the word no is the best word ever, right?
Absolutely.
We got to guard our time with everything we got, right? So that is really important.
I did a show with yesterday on my podcast. I did a show with and we interviewed Sal Frisella. I'm not sure if you know Andy Frisella.
Of course, and I'm doing 75 hard right now. I'm on day 2.
Yeah. Okay, so you know Sal then. So Sal, we interviewed Sal, and man, let me tell you, man, Sal poured into us yesterday, brother. I mean, you ever been to church, man? You're sitting there and the preacher's just talking to you, like specifically talking. There's 400 people in the audience, but the preacher is talking to you specifically. Well, yesterday we had Sal on the show, and Sal spoke to me, man. And he really was talking about time, and he said something that just stuck with me, and he basically said, look, death is for a long time. Like, when you die, that's a long time. The time you have on earth is so short. Like, your window is like a blink. So when he said death is a long time, I just thought, man, like, I'm going to start taking care of what's really important to me. And that is, first of all, that's my family and all, but it's also my time. And how can I pour into things that really, really mean something to me? So that's, we had this 1.5-hour call, but I could not go past that point of death is forever. Like, that's going to be a long time. Like, when you die, man, you're gone. Like, this window of time, I'm going. Dude, I am going. My foot is on the pedal. It is on the pedal. It's on the pedal of life. It's on the pedal. I'm looking for joy. I'm looking for happiness. I'm keeping all the negative out of my life. If it's negative, it's out the door, brother. I'm trying to stay positive in everything I do. And I don't care if it's race issues. Let's find the positiveness in this. If it's financial issues, let's find the positive in this. If it's education, let's figure out how we can make this a positive. Like, let's take all this negative, stuff that we're hearing outside from the media and all that. Let's flip it to positive.
I love that, man. You got such great energy, dude. You're absolutely right. True optimist. We're not playing the victim here, right? Whatever we got in front of us, we're going to make the most out of it. And ain't no negativity allowed around here. Not around you, not around me, not anywhere around here. I love that.
Yeah.
Dude, mazel tov to you, bro. So I want to hear more about your relationship with God, because that's something I really admire people. I'm Jewish. I was raised Jewish. I'm more spiritual now, though, but I have a deep relationship with God, right? I believe that I was put on this earth to leave it a better place than it was when I got here. And that's through inspiring people to get their health on track, inspiring people to be more passionate about personal growth and self-development, right? I'm always trying to educate myself. And, I listen and I look for God in everything. But I really admire people that have all the conviction behind their church and their religion. So I want to hear more about your relationship with God, Darren.
Well, my relationship with God goes back, again, I talked about my mother. My mother raised 4 kids, projects early on, and then moved out to the west side of Phoenix. But church was always our foundation. I mean, we found, look, I can't tell you exactly how many times in the week I was at church. Monday, I'm at church. Really? Tuesday, I'm at church. I'm cleaning the pews. I'm putting the yard. It's day in and day out. We were at the Sunday service. Saturdays, Sundays, we did all these schools, everything. So, I've always been, that's always been my foundation, but my relationship with God has always been, the prayer part of it. Like people see me and they know me, they know that I'm a praying man and they know I'm a lover of God, but, I don't put the religion in my relationship. Like to me, the religion is what gets us all in trouble, right? So who's the source? He's our source, right? I don't care how you get there. He's our source, right? And if I know that, then hey, however you get there, it's how you get there. However I get there is how I'm going to get there. But it's about the one-on-one relationship that I personally have. So I know how to get there. And for me, it's on my knees, giving thanks. I know he's been gracious in everything he's done, man, because there's no way in heck that I should be sitting here with you on your show today with all the things that I've had to go through and overcome in my life. There's no way I should be. And I don't know why God had it for me to be here, but he did. And it was just because I think that I was praying, loyal, went through it and didn't stop. I was available for him, man. I've been available for him and he's been available for me, man. And that's been my relationship. My kids are, I try to instill in them, hey, look, don't feel guilty if you're not at church every week. I'm not at church every week, but, get on your knees and show him love because he'll love you back.
That's it. Show him love because he'll love you back. It's so funny you said that because I was on a call with a client the other day and he said, I only pray to God when I need something, but, I need to pray to God more. And I said, look, God's got your back. You got nothing to worry about. He's got your back. Okay. Right. You don't have to pray to God, ask for anything. You need to pray to God and ask him what you can do for him. Right.
How
can you change the world?
Yeah.
That's incredible. And everything you said, I feel like it all just comes down to faith, right? Faith,
man.
Or, like faith that it's going to get better. Faith that we're going to get through this. Faith that, there's going to be something better after death, right? And like faith that you will see a better time and everything happens for a reason, whether you believe it or not. If you have that faith, ain't nothing going to hold you back.
Man, that's the problem. What we do, man, we have faith when we want to have faith. It's on and off. It's like a spigot. Like you turn it on, you turn it off. I believe, I don't believe in this. And it's not just as far as your faith in God, it's whatever it is. Like, it's your family member. Yeah, you can do it, but maybe you can't. Maybe you can, but you can't. Look, why not just keep the spigot on? Just keep on believing and believing. Because the hardest part about turning on and turn it off is the restart. It sucks restarting, man. It's harder to restart. Like when someone gets hit in the face and you get knocked down and you go, oh, I'm done. I can't do this. And all the you lose your confidence and all. Man, hey, dude, get up and keep going. It never stops, man. You're never going to end either. Yeah.
There's no other option. Failure's not an option. You got to keep going no matter what. What are you going to give up? That ain't an option.
That ain't an option. Yeah.
Darren, I got one NFL question for you before we wrap up. All right?
Come on.
All right. There's a running back running at you in the open field, bro. Okay? You got to take him down. Who's the last running back you want running at you, bro?
Barry Sanders. In my career, you're too young to know who Barry Sanders was, bro. If we're talking about now or in my career.
No, like in your career, like when you played. Yeah.
No, hands down, Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders was a guy, Detroit Lion running back, probably one of the greatest running back guys who ever touched the football.
One of the GOATs.
And I played with the best in Emmitt Smith. And I was always on Emmitt's side, so I didn't really see Emmitt that way. But I saw Barry. I wore a different color jersey when I had to play Barry Sanders, and I used to lose sleep the night before we played them. It was that bad because he was that guy. And, you know, we all got our boys back at home. Like my boys used to tune in and watch all the games. And if I missed one tackle or got beat on one play, oh, my phone was ringing after the game. That's my boys, though. You know how your boys are. They keep it real. Like, so you might have had 20 tackles and you had 2 interceptions, but that one play, you suck. Right? So I'm like, all right, that's how it was. So I knew when we were going into that game, like my phone's gonna blow up because I know he's gonna get at some juncture in that game. He's going to get, and that's how he was, man. He was electric. When he touched the ball, I promise you, man, I thought he was a magician. Sometimes you're right there in front of him and you blink and he's gone. And he was that guy that put you on ESPN, that dun-dun-dun, and you're the highlight reel. I never wanted to be the highlight reel.
Oh, man. Darren Woodson getting his ankles broke by Barry Sanders, bro.
Yeah. Old Stu Scott, man. My boy Stu Scott back in the day used to kill you on TV if you made a mistake.
Man.
Yeah.
Darren, it was a pleasure having you on here today. Really, really appreciate you taking the time. And I appreciate your perspective on a lot of things. Really, really respect you. And is there any one last word you want to leave with the audience today?
Yeah, man, just believe in self. And, always know that, you're going to have hiccups. You're going to get knocked on your butt. But if you don't love, my mom used to have one thing, and I'll leave you with this, that she always tell me this. And I always try to tell everyone that will listen, hey, if you don't love you, you better love you, because no one's going to love you like you ever. So whatever it takes, when times are hard, you're in the foxhole by yourself. Yeah, believe in self and bet on self and work through it. But don't give up and don't stop.
That's it.
Yeah.
Love it. Darren, thank you so much, man. Really, really a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your week. I wish you nothing but the most health, wealth, success, and happiness for you, your family, your friends, all the people you care about most. And looking forward to connecting again soon, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, brother.
Thanks so much.
Right now.